segundos. 21. And I believe we are live. Yes. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our first webinar of Big Fourth season. We are opening a new application process very soon. So Nico and I wanted to give you a few tips, heads ups, and everything so you can fill your application the best way possible. Hello, Nico, how are you?
Hi, Afi. I'm great. I'm super excited because we are just in a few days, we're going to open the next application process for the Big Build, Ignite, and Growth program. It's going to be our Big Four program. And we're super excited to have all of you guys here and to receive your applications and, of course, all your doubts that you may have for the program, for the application form, the requirements, and everything. So this is going to be the first webinar. We're going to be making more. And also this session is going to be in English. And in 1 more hour, we're going to have the Spanish version at 4 p.m. time in Chile.
Mm-hmm. So Nico is our director of the acceleration bit of Startup Chile. And my name is Amparo Pupocomiampi. I'm from the market team. And yeah, so how this will work is we're going to do a presentation of our big program. Then we're going to have a super special guest, an alumni from SEED and TSF, who will be telling us about her experience. And then we will be answering your questions. So please leave them in on Instagram or on YouTube. The chat is open, so keep them coming from now on. Okay, Nico, take it away.
Perfect. I'm going to make this brief so we can go to our special guest and then to the questions. Okay. So I want to tell you briefly about Startup Chile. Probably a lot of you know what Startup Chile is, but if you don't, Startup Chile is the first public acceleration program in the world. We are part of Corfo here in Chile. And basically, we are a program, an acceleration program that is looking to attract talent, the best talent. We don't care your country, your nationality, where you come from, or your industry. We are agnostic to nationalities and industry, so we want to select the best startups to support in one of our programs. What we are looking for in these startups, basically companies that are tech-based. This means that you use technology in some part of your business. It can be in the product, but also in your business model, for example, or your revenue model. If you have some technology that is supporting this, we are looking for you. Also, we are looking for innovative solutions. Solutions that are not already in the market, or there is a niche that is that has a lot of room to grow, and you're working there. Let us know what makes you different from other solutions that might be similar to yours. Also, we are looking for scalable solutions. We want you to grow from Chile to the rest of Latin America, and of course, then the world. And for that, scalability is very important to have in the startups. And finally, as we are a public program, we are going to give you some grant money, but we are not asking you to give us anything in return in terms of equity. We don't take equity in the startups, but what we're looking for is to create a local impact. This can be a social or economical impact by, for example, selling your product or service here in Chile, or hiring local talent and employees for your startup, incorporating your company here in Chile. We are looking for that kind of impact, and of course to share your experience as a founder, as an entrepreneur in the local ecosystem, to inspire new founders and to change the mindset. That is the reason why Startup Chile was born 10 years ago. And now we are always looking to keep pushing on that mission. As I was mentioning, we're agnostic to industries. We have supported startups from all of the industries, fintech, retail, health, education, and anything. So it doesn't matter the industry that you're working on. You can apply to this program. Also nationalities, we accept Chilean startups, but also startups from the rest of the world. So it doesn't matter where are you seeing us right now, you can apply to our programs. So today we have 3 different programs. We have Build, Ignite, Grow, which is our big. This is our motto, Think Big. And basically, these 3 programs are built in a funnel way. So in Build, we are going to support startups in a much early stage, and we support a bigger volume of startups. Then in Ignite, we select fewer startups that already have an MVP. And finally, in Grow, we select startups that are looking to scale to new countries or to raise some capital and to grow to other markets. So in Build, we are giving grants from around almost $20,000. We select between 40 and 50 startups in each batch, and you can apply with just an idea or a concept. If you are just starting and you have less than 1 year, you can apply to the Build program. Then in Ignite, we select between 30 and 40 startups per batch. We select 2 generations every year, and we invest on you guys around $64,000, also equity-free money. If you are selected for Ignite, you will receive a first payment of $32,000, and then we're going to make an evaluation, and you can apply and get this extension of another $32,000 to extend the duration of your program with us. And in Ignite, one of the main requirements is that you need to have less than 3 years to apply to that specific program, and have a product that is already working, or an early stage prototype that is already validated with some users or clients. And finally, we have the Growth program, and in Growth, this is our scaling program, and we're going to invest in you almost $100,000. We select between 15 and 18 startups per batch, and we also make 2 calls every year. We select two batches every year. And here there is no restrictions in terms of how old is the startup, but you need to be selling between $100,000 and $1 million in the last year to be eligible for this program. So to review very quickly this program, as I was mentioning before, Build is this acceleration program that is focused on early stage startups. And if you're in your founding team, there is a female founder, you have more chances to be selected on this, because we are going to select at least 50% of the batch are going to be startups led by female founders. As I was mentioning, also this is a program with the focus to validate the idea and to get this early stage prototype. This is a 4-month program. We select 2 cohorts per year, and we're going to give you this equity-free grant of 10 million Chilean pesos. That is almost $30,000, and you can be eligible to get an extension of another 5 million Chilean pesos. That is around $6,000. All of this is equity-free government money. Then we have Ignite. This is the acceleration program, and this is a program that is focused on startups that already have some MVP, something that is working, and they're looking to get this product market fit. This is also a 4-month program. We also select 2 batches every year. We give you 25 million Chilean pesos first. This is around $32,000. And then if you are eligible for the extension, you can get another 25 million Chilean pesos as an extension for this program. And finally, Growth is the scale program. This is for startups that are looking to scale to new markets, to consolidate their operations in new countries, for example, or to duplicate or triplicate their team, or to raise some big rounds of capital. And here, this is an 8-month program. We also make 2 calls per year, and you get this equity-free fund of almost $100,000. There is 75 million Chilean pesos for the Growth program. Also, we have a transversal program that is a female founder factor. We have a lot of different activities to support the startups that are led by female founders. We acknowledge that there is a gap here in the ecosystem because we don't have enough startups that are founded by female leaders. So we want to encourage this, and we have a lot of different activities in Build, Ignite, and Grow to support the startups that are led by female founders. What do we offer to the startups that are selected in Startup Chile? First, resources, the equity-free funding, an amazing co-working space that you can use here in Santiago for free. and a lot of different perks, deals that are going to be exclusive for you for being part of Startup Chile. For example, Amazon Web Service credits, and we have also perks with Google, Microsoft, some law firms, so you can access all of these perks for free or with a really great discount. Then we have the acceleration program. We're going to be making different activities to accelerate your startup in just 4 months. We have a lot of academic sessions as well with some experts and mentors for you. And we also are very focused on training your pitch so you can have a great pitch for potential clients or investors. We have also a lot of connections. This is one of the main assets of Startup Chile. We have great connections and networks of corporates, for example, other VCs, universities, government connections, and an amazing mentors network. So you can access all of this network just for being part of the program. This is just a quick review of all the main networks and resources that you can access just for being part of the program. A soft landing in Chile, if you are not Chilean and you want to apply and you're selected, and we're going to support you with all the visa process, with all the civil registry, the banking process to open a bank account here in the country, to support you in the soft landing in the fastest and smoothest way as possible. Just a quick reminder, this is a program that one of the main requirements is that you need to be here in person during the duration of the program. So if you are a foreign founder, please take this into consideration that you need to move here to Chile for at least 4 months of the program. And finally, we have our amazing community. We have supported more than 2,000 startups so far. This is a network of around 5,000 entrepreneurs, so you can get access to this amazing alumni network that is now having success in different countries, so you can connect with them in order to scale also to those countries in the future. What's next? Next, we're going to open the application on April 12th. That is in 2 more weeks, I think. And then the application is going to be open until May 3rd. The results are going to be announced the first week of July, and the program will start mid-August. So you can book those dates now. And you can always recommend a startup and also apply. Actually, we are going to be uploading your website the application form, just the PDF, so you can start right now reading the questions and see what is going to be there in the form. So once the form is open in the platform, that is charlie.io, you can have these questions in advance and start preparing all the materials so you can start creating your application from now. All this information and details, terms and conditions, and all the information about the program is in our website, startupchile.org. So you can go there and also check our social media, because we're always updating all the information there and uploading also some interesting information, for example, like the webinars, like these ones that we are making today. That's it on my side. Happy?
Thank you, Nico. I'm right here. Yes. Thank you. I hope that was clear for everyone that wants to start applying. This is like the first information that you have, and we hope that everything is clear. Now we have a really special guest who will be here to talk about her experience at Startup Chile. We have Maria Han. Maria, you can join us now. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Amparo. Hi, good evening or good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me.
Where are you calling from?
I'm in Basel, in Switzerland, in my apartment, and it's, yes, 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah, it's 8 p.m. So really, thank you for joining us and deciding that this was a good idea. I hope it is. Maria is from Nutrex, and she was part of Seed 24 and TSF 11, if I'm not wrong. How many years ago was that?
We finished the Seed, the extension of Seed last year. So, yeah, it's really, really great to be back here and connect with Startup Chile again.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Tell us about Nutrix.
So we are a medtech startup. We are based here in Switzerland, and we developed a device that can be connected with multiple sensors for digital health monitoring, and we built around this device complete ecosystem for digital health. And our first market where we are now launching is Chile.
That's awesome. Why did you decide to, let's start with the basic questions. Why did you decide to join Startup Chile on the seed program?
Yes, like when we started the journey with our startup, we were looking for the programs, and then we entered the website and saw the opening for the female founders. And we thought like that's a good karma, no? Like because we just entered the website and there was a program for female founders. So this was number one. And then number two, before launching Nutrix, I worked on a global level in the medical device company. And I knew that Chile is a very nice market to innovate. And especially in the medical devices, it has maybe easier processes than European Union or US. So this is also a benefit for us startups to start earlier.
Awesome. What did you think of Chile? What did you think of us, or like the country when you first got here?
I think Chile is such a beautiful country. So I also, like that's maybe the most important reason, no, why we also applied, because I thought, like it's my first startup, and when you leave the corporate work, no, like it was we started when the pandemic was starting, no, like it was before. So like I thought like, wow, this will be amazing, no, working remotely from Patagonia, from like Atacama Desert, such a beautiful places. But then, like, everything started with COVID. So yeah, we were on the lockdown, but I think people are amazing. The country is very friendly, and I'm also vegan, so let's say like for me it was also important that like there are so many vegan options now. I think like it's also one point now that Chile is so strong now with all the food startups, like Notco or Live Green, also alumni from Startup Chile. So now I think it's a lovely place. I speak Spanish, so it was also, let's say, like a good choice. But if someone does not, I think like you also have an opportunity to connect and integrate with people in Santiago or other parts.
That's awesome. So you went through SEED and also TSF. For those of you who don't know, TSF was a female-led startup program. How was that experience, like having all female like startups?
Yeah, it was very beautiful experience. I think like it's very unique, and was a very strong community. And I don't know, Amparo, if it's my connection or it's your connection, but you are frozen.
I think I got frozen, but am I okay now?
Okay,
so.
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
So no,
I heard everything. So yeah.
Excellent. So that's awesome. No, the program is, like the community was really fantastic. But we also experienced this in the let's say next program, no, that was already a mixed gender. And I think it's also I think it's this great atmosphere in general of Startup Chile, and your team, your values. I think you bring very good startups also in terms of like the personality of founders.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So what was the best part of the program? How Nutrix grew or something? What happened when you were here?
We basically arrived like with idea, no? And we built our product, we validated our product, and we connected with partners. So I think like one of the super strong points of Startup Chile is an amazing network. So like, of course, the funding is very important, and that it's equity free. That's yeah, even better. But the network that you have on the government, like like with the ministries and different organizations, the mentors. Um, it's really yeah we this was like the largest benefit for us. So at the end of the program, like we decided, like we connected with so many people, it would be stupid not to launch in Chile, no. So this was like an automated decision after.
Awesome. What everyone wants to know is about the application process. What did you do during your application that you think got you in? Is there something, or?
I think like we, of course, I think, and you can also maybe answer no, Amparo. But
Yeah,
from my
okay.
point of view, I think the one of the most important elements of all the application is the video, because as like I imagine, no, like you can really watch and see the person very quickly, no, like there are of course all the questions, no, about like your team, the market, what problem you are solving, but if like I would be reviewing the application, no, like if I would imagine myself on the other side, I think it's very easy, like to watch and see the video. So this took us some time, no, like to really in this 60 seconds, no, I don't remember if it's 60 or 90, to really in a very crisp and good way explain what's your project about and why like why you and not the other startup. And I think what is also very important is the Chilean aspect, no, like why you really want to come to Chile, no, like of course like it's a great program, but what you will also do, because I think this is also, let's say, like what was important for us from the values point of view. Startup Chile is funded by the taxpayers, no, so this is the money comes from people. So let's say like, so I think it's also like what you give back to the people in Chile. And for us, it was also important that like to launch it in Chile, innovate and bring our innovation.
Yeah. Nico, do you have a question for Maria?
No, I think that Maria is a great example of an amazing alumni that started in our most early stage program and then moved to the next one. And now she's working here in Chile under the public wall with Nutrix. So that's amazing, and thank you very much, Maria, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It was really great to see you again.
Maria, before you go, do you have any tips for for the new generation, for those of them that are applying?
And the most important is to apply. Like I think that's, let's say, like the first tip, no, and then really investigate a bit, no, about the country, and maybe like personalize your application and how your product or solution, like will can make a difference in Chile also, or like in Chile and Latin America, because let's say like for me it's like an entry point to larger markets.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Maria, for joining us, and congratulations on everything with Nutrix. We hope we get to see more of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Maria. Thank you.
Okay, so now, she's so good. Now we are gonna answer some questions from the people who are watching us. You can ask and you shall receive in our YouTube website. And I'm gonna write the first questions. Jesus de Bernal, he's asking about the PDF of the application, and I have some great news for you, Jesus, because we will have that PDF in our website during today. Okay, so for everyone that's watching right now, the PDF will be available on our website. That doesn't mean that applications they don't start until April 12th, but the PDF will be available very soon. this is a really interesting question, Nico, and I want you to answer it. It's what are the ways, and this is a question that everyone is asking right now, what are the ways that we can give back to Chile?
That's an amazing question, and it's actually one of the things that we are just asking ourselves right now. As we were mentioning before, we don't take equity of your startup, so you don't have to worry on that. But we have a lot of things on how you can give back to the whole Startup Chile community and the whole ecosystem here in Chile. For example, a lot of our alumni, the startups and the founders that have been part of Startup Chile in the past, are right now are part of our mentors network, for example, or our investors network. They are mentoring and guiding and giving advice and connections to new founders, because we have realized that those are one of the best mentors, that are the guys that or the girls that already have lived through this whole process, their fails, their success, and to share those stories is one of their main assets for us. And we love to have all of our alumni very connected, very active in the community. So that is one of the things that you can do. You can retrieve by talk with other founders, by giving mentorship. Also, you can be part of our ambassadors network. You can always spread the word about the Startup Chile program. If you are participating in some startups or entrepreneurship communities, there is always a good way to give back, to spread the word about Startup Chile, to let other people know about this program, to recommend and refer some specific startups and founders for the program. That is also a very way to give back to us. And finally, to change the mindset, to talk with corporates, big companies that are not used to work with startups all the time. So try to go there and to give some talks and talk about your experience, and try to change this more traditional mindset in a more like global and innovative mindset, like this startup mindset, in companies, in universities, in other parts of the government, for example. That's an amazing way on how you can give back to the ecosystem here in Chile.
Of course, I'm muted. On Instagram, people are asking if the program is remote or if they have to be here in Chile. That's a very interesting question, because right now we are actually seeing more of the entrepreneurs here at CoWork, and we're very excited about that. It's still hybrid, Nico, if I'm not wrong. Can you answer that?
Yes, the activities of the program are mostly online, and a lot of them have this hybrid modality. But as I was mentioning before, one of the requirements is that you need to be here in Chile during the program for many reasons, but basically to open the bank account and start the whole formalization process so we can make the payments to you. But the main activities of the program has this hybrid modality. This means that if you are here in Santiago, in the center of Santiago, you can come here to the CoWork and to take those activities here. We recommend that modality a lot, because that is one of the main ways on how to create these connections and networking with other founders, with Startup Chile staff, with mentors and everyone. And that is what is actually one of the main values of the program, to create this community and to connect with founders from different industries, different countries, different stages as well. So that's an amazing thing that you can find out here coming in person to the CoWork space. But of course, we also always are going to give the option to take those activities online. We know that the pandemic is not over, so we're always taking all the measures so you can be safe. And of course, if you are not comfortable coming to a more massive activity with other startups and founders, that's perfect as well. And all the one activities that we're going to have with you, all the tracking activities, for example, there is always the same option to do those activities in person here in Startup Chile space, or to have those activities online. So you need to come here to Chile if you're not here in Chile, but the activities are going to have this hybrid modality.
So about the application, does it have to be filled in English?
Good question. No, that's up to you. You can fill the application in English or Spanish, but one thing that is important is that you need to be consistent. For example, if you start in English, don't mix up with Spanish some questions. If you're going to make the video in one language, the idea is that the application is on that same language. Please just English or Spanish. Don't use other languages, because We don't speak Portuguese, French, or Japanese yet, probably in the future, but not so far. So just Spanish or English for now, guys, please.
Okay, so Esteban from YouTube asks if it's possible participating in Build and then moving to Ignite. That's a really good question, Esteban.
Good question. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. That's what we're looking for. We are looking for startups to start in the Build program, and we want that most of you can move to the next stage, that is going to be the Ignite program, and then to the Build program. Of course, we want to create this funnel and to support you during these whole stages. That is actually something that is happening right now. A lot of the startups that participated in, for example, in the Build 1 program, they were part of the Ignite 2 programs, and a lot of startups on that programs there were later part of the Grow 3 program. So we want to support you on this, to push you to move to the next stage. But also you need to take into consideration that you are going to be competing with all the other applicants for the next generation of Ignite or Growth. So you need to be proving that you deserve that spot on the next cohort.
Someone asks if this is going to be recorded, and yes, it's going to be on our YouTube. Okay, right here. Jesus asks if 2 founders can be in the program. So there's always going to be one like team leader, and then you can have as many people in your team. And he also, or she, I don't know, they ask if the female factor accepts that the woman is a co-founder, or does she have to be a solo founder or a CEO? How do you like select who's in the female founder factor?
Yeah, that's a good question. On the female founder activities that we have in the program, all of you can participate. For example, if you are a team of 3 or 4 co-founders and all of you are female founders, you can, of course, all of you are invited to those activities, but you need to select one of the co-founders that is going to be the team leader. That's a very important decision because you cannot change this person later. So select and pick who is going to be the team leader. And actually, the main requirement to come to Chile just apply to the team leader. So at least the team leader needs to be here in Chile. Of course, all of the founders can come and we're going to support you in this landing process. But the requirement is for at least the team leader. The same applies for the exclusive dedication. One of the requirements for the program is that you need to be working only on your startup. So if you have another full-time job, or if you're studying, for example, you cannot apply to Startup Chile because we ask you to have 100% of your time dedicated to your startup, and that only applies to the team leader. And the team leader cannot be changed in the future. So think very, very well who is going to be the one that you are going to be selecting for that position. And it has to be someone that has more than 10% of equity participation in the startup. That is also a very important thing that you need to consider. And for the build quote that we have, to select at least 50% of the startups led by female founders, we're going to be looking to the team leader. So we need to select one female team leader to access to that specific quote.
Perfect. Thank you. Someone asks if they can apply to Build and Ignite with 2 different projects.
Good question. Yeah, one thing that we didn't mention is that we're going to be opening the applications for the 3 program, but it's only one form. So in the first question, you're going to select if you want to apply just for Build, for example, or Build and Ignite, or Build Ignite Grow, or just Ignite Grow, or just Ignite, for example. So you can check the program that you want to apply, and you just complete the whole application form once with all the answers. So that's going to be easier for you and for us to review all the application. And regarding if you can apply with 2 different projects, no, you can only apply with one idea or one project or one startup to the 3 programs. That's basically because what I was just mentioning before, because we want to have skin in the game founders that are committed with the development of a startup. So if you are working on 2 or 3 different ideas, you don't meet the main requirement that we are asking for, that is to be 100% committed with that specific idea.
Okay, something also important is people ask if they can apply as a natural person or if they have to have a company. And the answer is both. You can do both, right?
Yes, yes, you can apply as a natural person or as a legal person, a Chilean company. One thing that is important is that if you already have a company that is incorporated in Chile, you have to apply as a legal person with that company. If not, it's going to be a very difficult process for you in the future. We tell you this because of our experience. To change from a natural person to legal person if you have a company that was incorporated before the application process. If you apply as a natural person because you don't have a Chilean company incorporated yet, you can in the future, if you incorporate a company in Chile, you can make the change to present expenses as a company, for example, and all of those things. But you can apply as both. So if you don't have a Chilean company, don't worry because you can apply as a natural person.
Yes. Lucas, he says, are the interviewers or are the interviews in English or Spanish? Lucas, once you apply, we, as the Startup Chile team, we interview them. So that will be in Spanish or English, depending on your language. Although, if your interview is in Spanish, we will ask you one question in English. We want to know if you can do that because the program is mostly in English, okay? It's not mandatory, but it's gonna be a lot easier for all of you guys, okay? Someone asked if you can have an idea without MVP.
Yes, yes, you can apply with just an idea. That's the build program. So if you are just starting and have this idea, you can apply with just the concept or the idea. But we are always looking to know what is the validation that you have been doing with that idea. So you might not have the product or service right now that is working, but we need to know what have you been doing to validate this idea or concept in the potential with potential clients or customers. So if you have made some interviews, if you have talked with companies or users that can be that can use your solution, we want to know that. Remember that is only the basic or the basis requirement for the build program to have this validated idea or concept. But you will be competing for the spots with other startups that also are in that stage, but probably are in a more advanced stage in terms of validation or traction. They probably have their initial users or potential users or letter of interest from potential companies, for example. So we want to know that. We want to know it's okay if you just have an idea right now, if you don't have anything built, but we want to know what you have been doing in the market to validate that there is some interest on that product, if there is someone that is willing to use it and to pay for it. The same applies for Ignite. In Ignite, the main requirement is to have an MVP or a prototype that is already working, but that's just the minimum requirement. And you will be competing with some other startups that have more sales and traction. So it's very important that you show us what you have been doing in terms of validation and traction in the market.
Jesus asked if the interviews are only to one person or if there can be two or more co-founders in the interview. There can be many people. Maybe I've seen like 3 or 4 people join, but yeah, you can have your co-founders there actually. Can you apply? This is a question that we get the most. I was surprised that I haven't seen this one. Can you apply if you have a Corfo funding project?
That's a new
question. Yeah, that's very new.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very common question because Startup Chile, as probably a lot of you know, is another Corfo fund. So probably a lot of you have applied in the past to other Corfo funds or have been awarded with other Corfo funds. The answer is if you are already in another Corfo fund. If you want other Corfo fund and you're running it, you cannot be part of Startup Chile until you close that other fund. It doesn't matter which fund it is, you cannot be executing two Corfo funds at the same time. So if you have one right now that is going to be closing on August or before August, that's okay, you can apply with no problem. But if you have been just awarded with a Corfo fund that is going to be by the end of the year, for example, or next year, then we recommend you to wait to the next application call that we're going to be opening in October, because you cannot execute Startup Chile and another Corfo fund. Also, there is some specific Corfo funds that are like not compatible with some specific program. For example, if you have been awarded with Capital Semilla Expande, that is one of the Corfo funds, you cannot apply to the IGNITE program or to the BIL program. So those specific requirements are intention conditions part. So you can be seeing there the list of all the funds that are not compatible with BIL, with IGNITE, and with growth.
Perfect. We're going to be answering the last questions because we will be preparing for the next webinar. That will be at 4 p.m. so everyone can join, and it's in Spanish. Emmanuel says, if you start from an idea, can you use the funding to have a payment? How do you say sueldo? It's in Spanish, because I won't have the product to generate income. So yeah, you can have, yeah, definitely. That you can see with our financial executives, and they will be able to help you with that. But yes, the answer is yes. So yes, last questions is, can I apply to growth even though I have no traction?
No, as we mentioned before, one of the requirements for the growth program is that you need to be selling between $100,000 and $1 million on the last 12 months. So in the last year, if you have sales on that range, you can apply to growth. But if not, you are not eligible for the program.
Yes. Someone asked if it's going to be the same link for the Spanish version. It's not, but be sure to check on our YouTube. It will be right there. Okay. So to wrap this up, what is the main tip that you will have, that you could give to the people that are applying to Big Four?
The main tip right now, because we have not opened the application yet, but the main tip is that to check the form, that we'll be uploading the form on the site. So you can start preparing all the questions right now. For example, you can start preparing the video. We're going to ask you to upload a 90-second video to be explaining your startup, your team, and everything. So you can start preparing that video right now. Also, we're going to be asking you to upload a recommendation letter for a client, mentor, teacher, or someone that can validate that you are a good founder to develop this startup. So you can start asking those letters from now. And the idea to prepare those questions in advance is first to try to be very concise with the answers, try to go to the point, and don't be very extensive on this, because we are going to receive, we receive hundreds of applications, so we read a lot of forms, and we realize that the ones that can explain their solution, the value proposition, and everything with fewer or less words are better than others that use a lot of space talking about the startups, and at the end the message is very confusing. That on one side, and the other side is so you don't leave this on the last minute. So you will be having 3 weeks to apply, but we always face some technical problems on the last day of application and submit the form. And after the closing time of the form, we don't accept any other applicants, so don't leave it for the last minute. And that is going to be a good way to start preparing your application right now, so you don't run out of time on the last day.
Also, you can start preparing your video. Like Maria said, it's very important part as as someone from the marketing team, I love seeing creative videos. So have that in mind also, because as Nico said, we get thousands, no, a little less than 1,000 applications. So yeah, make the difference. There you go. So yeah, that's it for today's webinar in English. We will be back at 4 p.m. with the same webinar, different guests, in Spanish. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Nico, for joining us.
Thank you, Ampi, and thank you, everyone.